the Colisto Protocol, that I personally wanted to review this game, a spiritual successor to the original Dead Space 2 of Visceral Games. Surprisingly enough, I actually got to play this game in post-launch and post-updates. I actually got to manage to play this game. The story takes place about a celebrity character who plays as Jacob Lee as Josh Hamill, and some interesting celebrity actors are playing in, such as Sam Withers and another actress that plays in the video game. But the story takes approximately about Jupiter in a meteor place called Colisto Moon, which is a dead moon for nothing lives and matters. It's a typical zombie horror video game, and it feels like a Dead Space 3 sequel, even though it has nothing ties to the Dead Space game. A very different formula in itself. The gameplay is actually very smooth and very fun. You tilt the left analog stick as well as the right analog stick to avoid enemies. It feels a bit stiff, and you're using the combat known as the baton or the stun electric baton. The game is very basic, and you get to upgrade your weapons and so on and so forth in the game. When the game was released for the very first time, there was a lot of users and reviewers making this game. There were too many naysayers and haters out there criticizing this game. And in all honesty, though, I don't understand why this game deserves all the hate. The game, actually, when I finished this game, it took approximately between 15 and 20 hours. And even then, some of the developers from Striking Distance, as well as Krafton, as well as the CEO, as well as the lead developer, have said that this game was 60% incomplete. Meaning that the game still lacked 40% of content and a couple of boss battles that you wanted to have the game. There's been even a couple of people saying that this game is not a horror game. Honestly, though, I've played the video game adaptation of the movie John Carpenter's The Thing from 2002 by Black Label Games and other developers that are no longer in the game. I've been told that they're also making a remake of that. I won't be long before I make a video review because I'm a huge fan of The Thing. And even that game is a bit of a horror game, so this game is actually horror. Even though it's a Dead Space video game adaptation to similar it is, I still actually enjoy the heck of it. Colisto Protocol takes approximately 20 hours, and in terms of story and dialogue, it's very interesting and very much fresh. They've actually patched most of the game and patched it recently, and I actually enjoyed it. It comes with a new game plus, as well as some extra features, riot mode, as well as the final DLC transmission. Though, sadly enough, I'm not a very particular fan of playing other DLC, so I managed to just watch it on social media. Still, there's been some controversial with the original as well as the DLC ending. I actually enjoyed it, and I think and I hope that they might restart. Unfortunately, the game had so many bad sales rep as well as residual paycheck that the developers had to shut it down. And the ending, it gives it a sort of a cliffhanger bad horror ending, not exactly a very good ending for the main protagonist of Jacob Lee. Surprisingly enough, this game is very good. I actually enjoyed it. It comes with New Game Plus. And honestly, though, I don't understand why people hated this game. Overall, this game is really good. I give this game a solid 8.7 out of 10, or maybe even a 9 in my book. But for all intents and purposes, it probably deserves an 8.5 for all the users. All these other reviewers and YouTubers out there, I don't understand why you're complaining, because as far as one thing I can learn about this and making a review out of this game is definitely not woke, so you should definitely appreciate the game for what it is. Overall, it's a very standard PlayStation video game, and it feels like a PlayStation 5 exclusive. It's certainly a better story and writing and gameplay than the video game that I played a few years back, which is known as The Evil Within, which is available on PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 4, possibly on Xbox 360 and PS or Xbox for that matter. The Evil Within. They've also made a sequel adaptation known as The Evil Within 2, though I've been told that the fans from Evil Within didn't like the sequel of the second one. Hopefully, I hope that the Krafton or Striking Studios or any developer might actually make a sequel continuation of this game. And in all honesty to go, it's actually a very good game. I honestly think that you and the gamers out there should definitely give it a try. Even if the game is free on many of its stores right now, I got this game for at least brand new for $10. And honestly though, those were the best $10. There's some interest, there's some good music score at the end of the credits, and you're definitely going to enjoy it. Highly recommend this game. I honestly don't understand. I never thought I would say this, but I never understood these reviewers and the naysayers. Sure, the game has some flaws, and there's definitely more to criticize, but compared to this woke generation that I've played, this is not a bad game. Overall, I definitely leave my thanks and regards to the developers who created this game.